Hey everybody, welcome back to our Hyrule Warriors playthrough. We are on part 4, and my name is Chris.
My name is Trey.
We are the console freaks. Last time we rescued Lana in the... Well, actually, you could just watch what's going on now.
Chris,
and we'll
she
explain.
says Lana, not Lana.
It doesn't matter. She's a character that was probably only going to be seen in this time.
Exactly. The character is only for this game. You have to get it right then, Chris.
No, because all that matters is the midriff.
it's all
that's important.
This is why she was made.
It pretty much is, because it is a Team Ninja game. You know, that's about all it is. So, I was thinking about this, Trey. What do you think about the model quality in the game?
About the model quality?
Yeah, the character designs and you know how
Link Boom
they look and all of that.
I actually like the way that they have everybody modeled. I think they look really nice.
Okay, how would you compare the designs to something like? Oh, excuse me. Something like, say, Ocarina of Time or Twilight Princess. Have you played Ocarina of Time or Twilight Princess?
I have seen people play them, but I haven't played them myself. But like, what exactly are you asking?
Like, what do you think of the character designs, just like in general, and compared to other games in the series? And can you please turn the down just a little bit so you can actually hear me?
Now, with Link though, I was kind of confused with the scarf that he has. Does he have that in any other Zelda game?
No, but I assume that since Nintendo's doing the whole Sonic Boom thing, everybody has to have scarves now.
Freaking Sonic! But that was the only thing
for everyone.
Yeah, like whenever I saw that, I was kind of confused. It was like, I don't think he actually has that.
I think it's a nice contrast to the plain green tunic that he's got. But other than that, I don't really see any practical use for it.
Yeah, I think it looks really nice. Are you gonna be showing off any of the other costumes, like for other people?
Actually, not until Ganondorf. Sorry, I actually inadvertently I forgot that I can change people's costumes, and I remember during my prep work for my recording sessions here, I remember putting it in my head, okay, I got to remember to change people's costumes, and then I would not be able to change. These are Beamos.
Beamos!
You kill them by throwing bombs at them, just like in the old games. They are really annoying in their placements because a lot of times you won't know they're there until they're attacking you, pretty much.
Okay, yeah.
And I think this is the first time we play as Lana. She's got a couple different attack strategies, but this one in particular, the Tome, I actually didn't know this until I was recording. But when you use her special attacks, like following up a combo with your strong attack button, you can she places these barriers or these blocks.
All the things that come out of the ground?
Yeah.
Yep.
And usually they serve to, do damage to your enemies.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know this, but if you use your strong attack button while you're next to them, you'll do this wall jump thing and do an extra hit, and it does a lot of damage and is a good area attack.
I think I know what you're talking about. Whenever she was on,
she did that little backflip and
yeah, because I remember you did that.
I'll probably do it again right here. Yep.
Yeah,
just
like
that. You can do that with any of the wall things. See, that's what I was talking about. The Beamos just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You won't even know that they're there.
I think it's actually pretty cool, though, how you can, how those actually stay there, and you can use them whichever way that you want.
A lot of the characters actually have little quirks like that, and you wouldn't know them until you, read about their play style and everything. But that's one thing that I can appreciate about Hyrule Warriors, that they give each character a little bit of flair. You're not just pressing the same, light attack, heavy attack buttons to do your combos. You actually, of course, 90% of your combat revolves around that, but you can kind of spice it up in your own way.
Yeah, I was about to say like I like how you can just switch it up any way that you want.
And here we go, Mr. McBroken again.
The same. Impa, protect Impa.
Impa
He may be
needs-
broken, but he's getting destroyed right now.
I am horribly over-leveled at the moment. At this moment, you get... Like, this is the first time you play as Lana, and she's... I think you get her at, like, level 1 or level 5, something. She's really weak when you first get her.
Oh.
So if you're just going through the story mode, this particular part is catered to you being at that level.
Okay, so do the enemy difficulties like have like are they fixed on the like the point that you are in the game, or if you're a higher level then they get higher even if you're at the beginning of the game?
They're fixed.
Okay.
The enemy levels are fixed because you will have seen earlier in the game where I just blazed through the first couple missions as Link.
Yep.
I would not have been able to do it that fast if I wasn't, close to level 50.
Like, I think it would be pretty cool though if they had it changed depending on your level.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think that would have. I could see how that would have been a pain in the butt.
Yeah. Focus just
because
like, I'm just gonna rest
a lot of the difficulty in this game stems from the enemies, like how much the enemies can take from you.
Okay, yeah.
Like how much damage that you have to deal to them before they die. I actually could have been doing stuff while all that was going on, but I was just waiting for a Volga to disappear so I could get his
Why did it take him so long to disappear?
Because the dialogue boxes, a certain dialogue had to be finished before I could, get the material and everything.
Okay, yeah.
But I could have probably been done with the map by then. But I don't think that... I think that if they actually had the difficulty, like, scaled to your character, I think that it really would have been a pace breaker in later parts. Because, like, there's one part later on that I'm actually... Like, you get Ganondorf to play as. And... which anybody who's seen anything on this game knows that. I'm not spoiling anything from that. And he actually has storyline segments that is mandatory to play as him. There's 3 right in a row.
Yeah, I like how you can play as Ganondorf though.
He is a powerhouse, but
bet.
his movement is so slow. So when you actually have to get from place to place, it can be really taxing.
Yeah.
To try to accomplish your tasks. But anyways, there's one part where, in particular, it's the first level that you get to play as Ganondorf with in the story, and it starts you off with like the things that they throw at you it's just absolutely insane. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get to that part.
Yeah.
It's just incredible what they force you to deal with. And if they actually scaled that to your level difficulty, but I was recording that part the other day, because it was towards the end of the game. I'm just about finished with it at this point. But I was recording that part the other day, and I'm like close to level 40 with Ganondorf. I keep saying Ganon. Ganon's a completely different character. I'm close to level 40, which you get him at level 1, and you're supposed to do that particular mission at level 1. I had trouble with it, and I'm almost level 40. If they don't scale the difficulty accordingly. If I did, if they did, I don't know if I would have finished it.
Yeah. Okay. And like from what it's sounding like, it seems like if they did do that, then the level system wouldn't really matter.
Yeah. It pretty much it would make it so that leveling up would be kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Because it's just gonna they're just gonna be the same level of difficulty for you, no matter what level you are. It's not gonna get any easier for you. That's the what am I thinking of? The Lunar logic, where you're enemies, and probably the Chrono Trigger, if I remember correctly, does the same thing where like certain bosses and stuff scale along with you.
Yeah.
Like I know with Lunar, it gets so bad at certain times that you actually have a sweet spot of like within just like a couple levels that if you're in that range, you have the best chance of winning. But if you're like any lower or any higher, the stat boost that your enemies get, or you'll either be too under-leveled or too over-leveled. Like, your enemy will be too strong. I mean, there's something to be said for being good with your tactics, but, if the stats are too strong, the stats are too strong, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
One thing that I do praise this game on is, like, it's not often challenging, but it's not so ridiculously easy that you can just breeze through.
Yep.
At this point in time, I believe they have a level cap of 200.
Goodness.
You can get all the way up to level 200. And I haven't even like touched the surface. I know of people who have made it their mission to 100% this.
Oh
but every time a new DLC course is released, they just up the level cap by 50. And so, to me, it seems kind of arduous to try to level up all the way. But it definitely makes a difference because you can plow through later levels, and
these enemies become more nothing than what they already are.
Particularly the adventure maps, you have to be high leveled to beat those without a hard time, and you have to have all your characters at high levels. Which thankfully,
just imagine how long it would take to get everybody at 200.
At this point in time, my average level is around 30.
Yep.
With my most used characters at a little bit higher level, around the 40 area. I've sank probably before I started the playthrough.
Yeah.
Like before I started recording for the playthrough, I probably sank 40 hours into the game. And like I haven't even scratched the surface of what it has to offer in terms of post-story stuff.
Your shirt, calm down.
What shirt?
Exactly. Like I remember whenever you was playing this part, I was just waiting at a certain point to get a screenshot, and I just kept pressing the screenshot button. I looked at the pictures, and every single one of them was like over boobs. I was like, that's not what I meant to do. It was destined. Our thumbnail.
This
was
is
supposed
what
to be-
happens when Team Ninja gets a hold of your child-friendly franchise.
Not so child-friendly
Just
anymore.
cleavage everywhere.
Pretty
And
much.
you don't notice it until there's one character. Like, there's always one character that makes you notice it in every character. Sia is that one character in this game. Like, you wouldn't notice it with Lana, but Lana's got some problems with her bust size as well.
Like with Lana, it's kind of, it's not as bad.
Because it's just not like cleavage all up in your mess.
But with Sia, they just like, why not? Just
Manhandla.
let's just show everything while we're at it.
Manhandla has always been one of my least favorite bosses in Zelda.
Manhandle.
Just because no matter what version I've played, he's always been a pain in the ass.
Like you fight the Manhandler basically the same way that you fight it in this, right? You fight all the bosses.
No, actually.
Oh, you don't?
In the original Legend of Zelda, the first game, where he was a boss, the way to beat him most effectively was to bomb his heads. And once all 4 heads were destroyed, you could, you beat him. I think the first game that I actually played, with him as a boss was one of the Oracle games. I don't remember which one.
Yep.
For the Game Boy Color, and I think that had you use a boomerang to defeat his enemies.
Yeah.
I
had the bombs.
I had
instead.
the wrong item equipped. I really want to take out that summoner because it's just going to do nothing but get in my way from now.
For the longest time, I always got hit by that attack right there. This one right here. And
I never paid attention during, they'd never do a tutorial segment that tells you how to block. It's something that comes up in your load screen, like that. It's just there during the load screen, and if you happen to catch it, there's a great piece of information. But this attack right here, I got hit by that so many times.
Me too.
So many times. And just ate it every single time. And it tasted bitter every single time. But at this point, it's nothing special. Though...
All 4 heads at once.
Yes, all 4 heads at once. That is, when they line up like that,
Yep.
that is the best time to use your boomerang, because it will hit. I think it's the only time that all 4 heads will be vulnerable at once, that you can actually hit all heads in one time.
Yeah.
Because when it does that little seed shooter attack, I've never had a time where I've been able to hit all 4 of them at the same time.
Yeah, because right after they shoot, they just go away.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. You can usually only hit 2 because it only travels on one plane.
Yeah.
So now is the time where we get to do that thing that I always have hated in this game.
Those?
When
Stalks?
random things pop up around the map and you have to find the thing that is the leader of the things, which fortunately, it's the same every time.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Because the first time I played through it, it was the same as, it was in the same area as when I played through it this time. So I think it's the same every time. But it's just, it's a pace breaker, is all it is. I would have liked to have just finished the boss off.
Yeah.
Just like with Dodongo and...
is this the only time that the manhandler will actually retreat?
Yeah, this is the only circumstance that it will.
So they don't normally do that. Well,
No.
except for this.
No, it's just this particular boss fight.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They don't do the whole manhandler stocks. The only other time that you even see quote unquote manhandler stocks is in a later part where basically it's just the stalks. You don't actually fight the boss.
Yeah, I like how they had you go after the stalks, and then there was one left, but it just goes away, and the manhandler comes up.
Focus Spirit. I don't remember if I brought this up before, but if so, then for those of you joining now, you get to hear it too. But Focus Spirit, it is a thing to use to automatically stun and expose the weakness of enemies. And it also lets you do hella damage to them while you're...
Waited a bit too long.
It's during certain boss fights, it will delay your button input, and that is something that I get extremely upset about with this game. Is that where it happened the worst for me is the fight with Ganon at the very end, which, big surprise, Ganon's the final boss.
Of course.
Anybody who's ever played a Zelda game ever knows that. Unless the only Zelda game you've played is the Oracle games, in which case I'm sorry for it.
I am so sorry.
Actually, the Oracle games are not that bad.
Yep.
I think those were the second games that I actually stumbled across those by accident, because the first Zelda game I ever played was Link to the Past.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was my aunt that had Oracle of Ages. And I played through that and loved it. And after some convincing, wait, Sheik, how do you have the Triforce of Wisdom?
I wonder.
Suspicious? Maybe just a little bit. I thought that was Zelda's birthright.
Sheik, I wonder who you are.
Anyways,
And I like how none of them notice.
it does
especially
come up.
Impa.
It does come up
Oh, it does?
in future. Like it is questioned why she has the Triforce of Wisdom.
That's so funny, though.
But yeah, it's kind of stupid. It's like anybody who's played a Zelda game before knows not to be particularly surprised by that. And so yeah, Sia's causing all sorts of havoc in the name of 3 question marks.
Oh, look at that!
Wrecking all the land with a very beautiful cutscene with no voice acting. Again. None.
But just wait to the load screen. They'll talk your head off.
Yeah. The freaking narrator. Skyloft.
Oh, everything is becoming barren.
Death
Oh, and mountains are
Mountain.
forming.
And
Castle?
Zelda's castle from Twilight Princess. I wonder, what does this mean for our adventure?
Gate
Actually,
of Souls.
I'm going to bring something up in the next video that's going to...
I like how she says, hear my voice. I mean, hear my moans.
Yes, the moans.
Gates, hear my moans.
Spirit Ball! Maybe that's Big
my
Bang
God.
Attack. I don't know.
Big Bang Attack.
She's
No,
about
pretty
to get
sure that's a
all
portal
of the
gun.
Ganondorf.
That's a portal gun. Yeah,
Yep.
definitely a portal
But she
gun.
has the magic to use 3 portals.
Oh, my God.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Okay, so if you go in one portal, are you going to get split in half and go through 2 other portals?
I think it's triangular. Like, say let's color coordinate these portals. So, say you've got 3 portals. One is red, one's blue, one's green. Say you go in a blue one and you come out a red one. But if you go in a red one, you come out a green one. And if you go in a green one, you come out a blue one. Does that make sense? Think of it in a triangle.
Yes.
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 I have done it. I have made sense of this.
Portal 3? Confirmed.
Portal. But the 3 is like an exponent.
Yeah.
That's
Half-Life
stupid.
3. Portal 3.
One thing I'm going to mention right now, since this is here, not every mission ends with a little story segment like this. Only a few of them do. And that weirds me out because, like, on the one hand, I'm expecting, to finish the story,
Yep.
blah, 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 blah. And the next thing, it just cuts off and I'm back at the mission select screen and I'm like, okay, thanks for that exposition.
I'm actually glad you started talking about that because I was about to end the video because I thought it started over.
Yeah, I was there. This has been like 3 times I'm like just about to wrap it up, and like I wrap it up right before the screen goes dark, and then it starts
keeps
over
going.
again. And only certain parts do that. Like a lot of times it just if it's not continuously doing that and pushing forward, it just cuts off abruptly, and you're just left there wondering what to do with your life.
Pretty much it was like,
And the next few parts will definitely be what's the word I'm looking for? An example of that.
They don't make an example out of you, Hyrule.
Yep, and so now we split across the land and do all of the things. But not in this part. This is the end of this part. We will see you guys next time.